Hi, I'm Dylan Fjord, and if you don't like twin turbos, then you. Alright guys, getting back to a serious note here. We're ready to bolt some twin turbos onto the Nova. How much more exciting does it get than that? So underneath here, I had a good friend of mine, Chris Scow, local guy here, started up his own welding business. He welded these up for me. Got my V-band flanges onto this little pipe, our little elbows. We have our turbo set right up here inside the front grille. It's gonna look pretty freaking sweet. Let's get to it. But first, another serious note. How awesome is this underhood light? Same lights that we got on the ceiling here. Just from Menards, I had one extra from when I put the ones in the ceiling. Bolted on one of those magnet tool strips. Look at all that underhood light. Voila. Nice and easy. Alright guys, we got them set in there. And the twin 67s. That'll be the look through the front grille here. Looks pretty sweet in my opinion. You'll see them right through the front end. I know they're not perfectly symmetrical, but you know what? I ain't that worried about it. So, got them all in place. I guess now one of our big weights is getting our new Holley intake manifold in the mail. I spoke to Holley today and it could be months, like today is July 19th. Could be out until sometime mid-September before the black ones get back in stock. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm going to try to talk to him again because I don't feel like waiting that long, especially if we're going to try to get all of this cold side piping done. But if that's how long it's going to be, that's how long it's going to be. We can work on other stuff on the side. I know that I want to start sanding and fixing a couple small rust spots. I'd like to get this car painted this summer so that over the winter time we can work on the piping, we can work on the electrical, the wiring, we can get transmission in. I need to get the transmission cross member. And then we'll be able to get all of that mounted in and mocked up, and we'll really get rolling on trying to get this thing started. But yeah, turbos are in. Looking good. This now a big question. I don't know if I want to run the exhaust here and then down out the fender down there, or if I want to do a quick kind of U-turn and bring it out right in here or right above the marker light. So it'll be right up front there or right down there. So that's our predicament right now. Not really a predicament, not a terrible one to have, because hey, we get to have fun, we get to have ideas, I guess. I don't know what I think would be cooler, right out the lower side or right out the top front. So just a couple more of the dilemmas of building a car. Alright, let's continue with some other stuff. Alright, since we haven't dove into the trunk of the car yet, let's take a sneak peek in here. Alright, so as you see right off the bat, we have our 15-gallon fuel cell here. We got room for a breather, or a recirculation of the fuel. Down underneath are the bungs to bring the fuel. I have it mounted flush in here. Just did that this past weekend. I trailered the car over to my dad's house so we could use have access to his welders and stuff. He's got a lot more equipment than I got. And then here we have our little reservoir for our water to air intercooler set up. This will be a return line. This will be our exit line to the pump. And then this will be a drain here. I'm going to have to put a 90 on that, and we'll just grommet it through the floor. Also, when we did the fuel cell mount bracket there, built a little parachute mount. This piece here came in a kit that I bought off eBay, just a no-name kit or whatever. The actual mount to the chassis, built that out of some scrap material we had laying around. As for the Chevy symbol back there, don't ask me if that was in the car when I bought it. You can't tell, but in this light, but it's clear and you can see through to the rear end. So that's kind of cool, but I don't know. Not exactly for me, but I guess we'll hang on to it for now, and maybe someday down the road we'll cover it up. Other things we did when I had the car over my dad's. So you can see right in here, there used to be a hole in the floor because this car was originally a 4-speed when it came from the factory. So we patched that in, since now it's going to be automatic, and all we have to do is run a shift cable through the floor. So a couple little updates there. Also, I guess the other night I finally did the door skin on the car. I've had this door skin sitting in a box for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and just never tackled it because I guess I had never done it and wasn't really comfortable with it. And for the most part, it was really simple. Watch a couple of tutorials on YouTube, easy as that. And yeah, I got a couple little spots to fix up, but right there, yeah. Bend that out. I guess it's kind of hard to see on camera, but that corner is really the only piece I gotta fix. Other than that, I mean, she lines up pretty well. Got a nice fender gap. Put the hood on. Got the cowl panels just set there. It's not bolted in or anything, but as of right now, in the time that I've owned the car, this is the first time I've ever seen it with every body panel on it. Personally, I like it a lot. I don't know how everybody is on the cowl hoods, but me, I really like them. And the hood does sit down. Just right now, I don't have any. We're just gonna run pins on it. Got to install them one of these days. But yeah, for the most part, she's coming together. Like I said, in the future here, we're gonna fix a little bit of rust we got right there on the bottom corner of the door. We got these bubbles coming up right here. Biggest spot to patch is actually on the back of the trunk lid, which is right here. That's honestly the worst rust spot on the car, I think, that I have found. And then we got a little bit of bubble action right there. And I can see one spot on the car that there definitely is some Bondo. We have a bit of a paint crack right there. And then another one right there. So we'll have to sand them down, buff them out, get them fixed up. I know for the most part this car is pretty straight in the rear end because it's had new rear quarters put in it. You can see where they seamed them in there. But for the most part, she's pretty clean. Totally. It's starting to look like a car. Finally. Also, we dabbled around with the rear end suspension a little bit. Because before, right here on this point, we only had like 3/4 of an inch gap. And in the front, we had like 3 inches. So we got it a lot more evened out. We got it straightened up a bit. As you can see, we gotta roll that up. I might actually just cut it in a bit and get rid of that point and make a little bit more room. We could fit a taller tire on there if we want. Right now we got 28s. But yeah, in the future, who knows what we're gonna run. We could get a little bit wider tire on the rear. I think we got a 10.5 on there. I think we could put up to a 14 maybe. Be kind of cutting it close to the inside frame bar. Plus with those outside defenders. If I trimmed them, I think we could probably get up to a 14-inch wide tire, but who knows if we'll ever need one that big or not. Yeah, hopefully, but but no, gonna be ordering a new windshield here pretty soon, I do believe. I'm gonna go in on the AMD order with my fiance's dad. They're building their C10, so I'm gonna get in and get my front windshield. I have the rear windshield already, that needs to be installed. And then we'll be complete on glass. Except for we also need the little window regulator for over there on the driver's side rear, so that we can keep that window up in place. But like I said, it's starting to look like a car. Washed her up a little bit, get all the dust off from sitting for years. Slowly beginning to come together. Well guys, that's going to do it for this week. Not a video with a whole lot of action, but like I said, I wanted to give an update. It's been a busy couple weeks here. I'm going to try to get to do weekly videos. I'd love to do a couple times a week. But like I said, I'm just starting out here on YouTube, still learning. And, you know, lately life's just been busy, and I get maybe an hour or so here and there after work to come out and dabble on the car, and kind of tough to make a video in that amount of time, but we're gonna try to up that. We're gonna try to pump them numbers up. But all right, we'll see you guys later for this week. Have a good one.